I would say this. I do agree with you that the Niners are a few moves away. Um, I think one of the things that we differ on, however, is how you can win with the team because, especially defense, I think you said in the past that you want to have it's cheaper to have a better corners than D line.
That is true. Generally.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah. Yeah. And for me, when you look at today's NFL, it's so much like college now. I mean, they're even switching the numbers.
Yep.
And the one thing with the NFL, and I think the way that you win is by controlling the line of scrimmage. And for you, Grant, I got a question. Even though I think it would be next year, would you maybe give a third and a fourth Arik Armstead for Gilmore?
Oh man, that's interesting. That is interesting. But you know what? I'm not going to run Arik Armstead out of town. I think the Niners have a lot of contracts that I don't like. Armstead's one of them. Trent Williams is one of them. But I feel like they're irresponsible. They're overpaid. But if you have Trey Lance as your starter and Jimmy Garoppolo isn't on the books, go ahead. Pay Arik Armstead. He's a good player. Pay Trent Williams. He's a great player. I don't have a problem with that. I'd rather just trade a pick for Stephon Gilmore. But that's interesting too. I mean, that's interesting too.
Because my thing is next year you can pay Stephon. Verrett stays healthy. Then you can sign your corners. And then by that time, Jimmy will be gone. That'll give you some more money. Yep. And so I think that especially with today where the NFL is, it's the line of scrimmage is so incredibly crucial because you can't hold, you can't do any of those things. I mean, you get a flag every time just going down the field. Mm-hmm. And so if you can't get that pressure on that quarterback, you're going to have issues. If you can control the line of scrimmage for the majority of the game, I mean, you're not going to get every stop, but you'll get that 3rd and 1 stop. You'll get that goal line stance. You can change field positions. When you need to run the ball, you can. Because the thing that I think that with Jimmy Garoppolo is that let him see the mistakes that Garoppolo is going to make. Let him go into the film room and say, hey, I could have made that pass. Why didn't Jimmy make that pass? I just don't want to go out with our brand new Bentley and wreck it before we get a chance to actually see what the man can really do. You know what I mean? Make sure that he's ready because the one thing that I've always heard from the NFL players that is different from college, the number one thing, speed of the game. That is the biggest difference. It's the speed of the game. And I do not think that he has all the physical tools in the world. But when you get on that field for the very first time, and everybody, like what's his name, Bill Parcells says, this isn't like playing Wake Forest. Mm-hmm. Speed of the game. But I think we are a few moves away. I just think that the only team really that can really, stop us, really, I would feel is Tampa Bay because I just feel that they're loaded and they got a coach on the field. But yeah. I think that if Kinlaw can improve. Like I said, I don't like the Armstead, contract. But what do you see out of Armstead that makes him so good that would garner that amount of money?
He's not worth that money. He's not. But again, you can overpay players if you're paying nothing for your quarterback and he's good. So that's the whole allure of having Trey Lance is you can pay irresponsibly. He's not worth what he gives you, but he's still a good player, especially when he's rushing from the interior. So if you could turn. I mean, he's also a lot younger than Stephon Gilmore, too. I'd rather have both of them.